This is Paxi, everybody. This is the dog that before I become a serial killer, I'm gonna train how to kill by killing you, right, girl? I'm gonna kill you so I can practice before I get into humans, right? Good girl. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Nobody's Happy podcast. The podcast with 30% more Raul than the leading brand. I hope you guys had a wonderful Super Bowl weekend. It's pretty dope. Fucking Tom Brady went Super Saiyan on Kansas. And I went Super Saiyan on fucking drinking, dude. Man, that I started like, I think maybe Thursday, but definitely like all the way till Sunday, and just got fucking trashed every day. There was always something. There's always something, man. You ever have one of those weekends where you party so hard you you get out of control? I don't know why we call it partying, right? Let's just be honest. It was fucking debauchery. But like, you ever get one of those weekends where like you go so hard on the paint that the weekday starts and you're like, thank fucking God that we have laws in a society that can keep me away from making stupid decisions like I always do. I felt like that, man. At the end of the weekend, it was like a Monday hit, and I was like, finally, somebody is making sense and saying everybody get back to work. Cause it was fucking brutal, man. I mean, I had a great time. Don't get me wrong; it was fucking awesome. But yeah, sometimes sometimes some people should just not be left to their own devices to live alone. Like, I can't be a person that lives alone, you know. Because if I am, I'll be comfortable, I'll be fine, but then somebody's gonna like, hey Raul, what do you usually do? And then I describe to them, and they're like, it was fucking weird. You just sit there in the one time I was on when I was in the army. After I got out of the army, I got into the reserves, and I was teaching weapons. I was teaching like marksmanship and weapons maintenance with like all the small arms weapons. And I was stationed in Fort Hunter Liggett in California, and I just remember one of the lights went off in my room, and I mean, it was like the main light, and it just went off, and I was just so like, you know, what was I, like 24, maybe 24 years old, and just living like a single 24-year-old dude, you know. So I just had a tiny TV in front of me, and a chair in the middle of the room, and then just empty space in my bed. And I remember the light went out, and I went to flick it, and it went on, and then just went off, and I was like, fuck this. And I just went and sat, right? And all the lights were off, just the TV was on, and I just sat there. Actually, I don't even know if the TV was on, but I sat there because I was going to fix it at some point, but I just kind of sat there, and I had my beer, because I used to get like a 12-pack of Budweiser and just polish it off in one night. And I would just grabbed my other beer, and I was just like sitting down, just thinking like, all right, what should I do now? Like, should I fix this, or should I just kind of wait till tomorrow? And then my buddy Deering came into the room, and he knocked, and then when I opened it up, he looked at me, and then he looked behind me, and he saw it was just a dark room with a chair in the middle of the room, and basically me staring into the wall. And then he goes, Sanchez, were you just sitting here drinking in the dark? And I go, yeah. And he goes, I fucking love you, dude. but because he was a heavy drinker too, right? I mean, he was also an infantry guy, a former infantry guy that was teaching weapons as well. So he like kind of understood that young fucking infantry don't give a shit attitude. And I remember after that, I just kind of let him believe the myth because I did it. I didn't want to tell him like, well, actually, I was kind of contemplating, should I fix this light? And I had just sat down for like a minute, and that's when he walked in and he caught me caught me maxing and relaxing a little too much, man. But yeah, that was the kind of weekend I had. It was fun, but it was definitely, I don't know, how should I put it? Excessive. Uh, yeah, man, that's pretty much my weekend. Trying to get shit done. Although I did lose a. Did I ever tell you guys that I once almost a year ago actually got a I got what are those agencies called? The casting agencies. I had a casting agency email me like earlier this year, almost a year ago, about auditioning for a voice of a cartoon, and I was like, this is pretty fucking cool, man. So I basically just had to. I don't know if this is how they normally do it, like, or it's because of COVID, but I remember, they told me that I basically had to. They sent me the script or the sides of the script, which is just like my parts that I'm supposed to read, and then I just read them, right, and then I send them to them on Dropbox or some shit like that, and yeah, and then that's how they decide whether you're good. Obviously, I didn't get the part, right. The part was like. It was. I think it was gonna be like or it might still. It might be under production, but it was about it was like kind of like The Simpsons and Bob's Burgers, where it was like a family unit, but they're just hilarious, right? Yeah, but I didn't get it because apparently I do not sound. Oh, the difference was that it was Hispanic, right? That's the which I thought it was a pretty cool idea, but I certainly do not sound like a 11-year-old Cuban boy. I sound like fucking like an old man that's just been drinking and smoking his entire life. That's probably the contrast they got. They were like, "Whoa, this does not sound like a kid." Yeah, but anyway, I told you that so I can tell you this. So I didn't get the part, right, and I was like, well, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? I'm not a trained guy. They should probably hire professional voiceover people. Well, then I just got another audition from the same what do you call it, company, same casting agency, and yeah, but this one was different. They told me, and as soon as they say, well, you just videotape, send us a video of the audition, plus a thing of you speaking Spanish, so we know that, we got some, because I guess that's what the part called, like somebody being bilingual, and I was like, a video? Because I thought they were like an agency that just, because that's how little I know about the entertainment business outside of stand-up. I thought it was just like they were an agency that's specified in just cartoons. Which now that I think about it, I was like, that's pretty fucking stupid to think that. But I emailed the guy back like right before I was like, wait a minute, am I right to think that this is for like an actual acting thing? And I was like, hey man, so this isn't a cartoon? That's what I sent him back. And then as soon as he sent back, no, this is for a half-hour single cam comedy. And as soon as I saw that, like I immediately got super nervous because I realized, oh shit, like they want me to like say these lines but also act with my body, not just my voice. And I fucking did it, dude. I mean, I just sent it back is what I mean. I taped myself, I sent it back, and I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna get it because I'm not an actor, and my buddy was saying like, dude, these people are probably like just sitting in the conference room, going like, man, guess what? He sent us another. He sent us another one, and then everybody just goes get some popcorn from the teacher's room or whatever the fuck they have in their agency. And then just sit there and have a good fucking laugh at my expense. And that's what I was thinking. Like, as soon as I videotape, because I videotape myself doing all the lines, right? Because you're only supposed to do like certain specific lines, because they're gonna judge it. And then after that, after I did the lines, I got all the videos together. I mean, I put the video together, and then I cut out all the parts of me like looking off to the side or going like, oh man, I didn't do it right. And just sent them like just the cuts of me delivering the lines. And oh my god, dude, it's so cringy, dude. I do not know how somebody, I mean, it certainly gave me a new appreciation for actors and shit, even like, C or D level actors, which I don't even think I can pass off as one of those. Maybe if you just kind of like, have me in a crowd yell out something. I can be Steve Buscemi. I can just be like, you can do it, and just let the movie and the stars of the movie do the heavy lifting. Yeah, man, and I sent that back, and now I'm just kind of like just waiting. And it sucks too, because it's like they gave me for like to audition for one of the main characters, not like the main guy, but like one of the main guys. And dude, oh my god, I cannot. I wish I'd have kept. I think I erased the whole thing. In fact, actually, there might be a way for me to retrieve it, because they made me put it up on this platform, and I think I might be able to extract it again. But I would like to one day, time heals all wounds. So with enough time, I wouldn't mind. Maybe I should do it on willful ignorance with the guys, and just play the fucking audition tape and have a good fucking laugh, man. Well, yeah, man, that's pretty much what I did. I just fucking basically pretended to be somebody that I am not. Damn, and the fucking the character is like supposed to be somebody that just got out of prison, right? But it's a comedy, so it doesn't have to be believable. And I was looking at it, I was like, man, I've never even been arrested, But then I thought, well, it's somebody that just got out of prison. I was in the army, I tried to kill people too, and they tried to kill them. Maybe that way we have something in common with a hardened criminal. But yeah, I did my little bullshit acting. And then I just sent it in, more than anything, just let them know, like, hey, man, if you got something else, maybe, like, if like, how do you call it? If acting was like clothing, it's like, I think this one's a little big on me. You have something smaller, something where I'm only saying like a couple of lines and I don't get exposed as the fucking non-actor that I am. Oh yeah, man. Outside of that, actually, you know what I was watching. One of the reasons I couldn't go to sleep one night, because I was gonna smoke some weed. Or yesterday, that was yesterday actually. I was gonna smoke some weed, and then go to bed. Right, like I was gonna smoke for like 20 minutes, just kind of like take a puff and just kick back and listen to a podcast. But I was listening to the Francis Ngannou interview on Joe Rogan, the UFC fighter. Dude, that fucking dude. It's because his like illegal immigration story. His illegal immigration story, because he's from Cameroon, and then he moved to I shouldn't say he moved to France, because moved does not do justice to what this man had to go through to get from Cameroon to France. And like I was an illegal immigrant at one point. I was brought over here when I was 7. And Francis Ngannou's illegal immigrant story makes my illegal immigrant story look like a breaking and entering story, as far as like inspiring and romantic, because like you think about it, like what it is to be an illegal immigrant here from Mexico. It's not easy, man. It's fucking rough, especially when you don't have a lot of money. But at the end of the day, the process, if you get lucky, takes a day, for you to get across, or depending on how you do it. I guess if you go through the desert, it could be a few. But Francis Ngannou spent a fucking almost a year or a year and a half illegally immigrating to Europe, to France, because you don't realize it. I was like, oh yeah, Cameroon. First of all, I don't even know where the fuck. Let's look up what Cameroon is. But you can't just go from Cameroon to France and be like, let me go across the river that divides Cameroon and France. Like, you have to illegally immigrate through multiple fucking what's it called? Through multiple countries, right? And when he talks about it, at some point he says that he got to Morocco, and I think I don't know if Joe Rogan asked him or something like what was Morocco like what was that like when you got there? Damn, this light just blinded the fuck out of me. He goes, how's it that? And he goes, Morocco. What? I was almost gonna do the accent. Morocco. He goes, Morocco was a nightmare for illegal immigrants. And as soon as he said that, dude, I fucking knew what he was talking about, because before we came over here in 91, when I was 7, my dad used to go across the border illegally just to go work, and then once he would make some cash for a couple of months, then he would just come back, right? So one of those times, my dad told me a story about how like him and a buddy got robbed trying to cross the river into Texas, into the U.S., and they got robbed on the Mexico side, because apparently there's some fucking just vile people, dude, that what they do is they prey on the illegal immigrants, because they know that one, they're probably alone, because they're traveling from so far. They're probably unarmed and desperate, and they don't have a lot on them. Actually, with the exception of like having they having a lot of stuff on them of value, like things that are not they also had cash, like to make the trip across, to survive once you get across. And he's telling me this story where they were about to cross this part in Nuevo Laredo. Damn, I really thickened that accent on that one, right? So they're about to cross into Laredo, right, from Nuevo Laredo to Laredo, and they're on the Mexico side, and they're like ducked down in between this high grass, this like weeds, and they're waiting, right, because they're waiting for the border patrol to cross, because once they pass by, it's gonna be a while before they come back the other way. So they're sitting there and they're waiting, and I forgot the story. how exactly he told it to me, but he told it to me a while back, years ago actually, almost a decade ago, I think. And they're sitting there, and I don't remember how the guy introduced himself into the scene, but it was my dad and a friend of his that were gonna cross, and right as they're waiting there, this guy comes up to them, and I think it's a couple of guys, and I think one of them takes out a knife, and one of them takes out a gun, and they tell them, like, in calzones, y'all gotta, get buck naked right now. And they're like, fuck, right? So they tell them to go in their underwear, right? So they get down to their underwear, and then they take their wallets, all the money, and I think I think he said one of the guys got mad at him or his buddy because they went like, "That's all you got, motherfucker," and he like just threw it in his face. It's like, "That's all you got, you motherfucker." And my dad was like, "Can you believe this piece of shit? Like, as he's robbing me, he's also giving me a talking to about not having enough money." Because he was actually like, you were expecting a crossover with this fucking shit, right? Like, just fucking sociopaths. And then I guess they tell him to like get on no, or maybe this happened before they tell him to get buck naked, but they're on the floor, right? They tell him to get on the floor, or they're already on the floor waiting, and then they start telling him like, take this out or take this out. And my dad said that he reached for like, while he was on all fours like that, because they didn't know like what to do. My dad like kind of like put his hand over a rock like that, because and he tells me, and he was like, I don't know what I was thinking, but what I was thinking was that if one of these motherfuckers shows his face to me, I'm gonna smash it open with a rock. Because he was pretty fucking pissed. And he said that he put his hand over the rock, right, and just kind of waited there, and that he felt like a gun in the or something in the back of his head, and he goes, what are you gonna do with that, motherfucker? And my dad, I guess I don't know exactly, I don't remember exactly how he told me that. He was just kind of like, no, but he told him to me in a comedic way when he was like, just kind of enjoying this, the agriculture or whatever. But basically he just kind of like, he was like, dude, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna go like, fuck you, dude. He's like, I'm fucking dead. So he just kind of like, I don't know if he like apologized or he cowered away basically in the, in order to not get shot in the fucking head and left for dead. But after all that, that's when they tell him to get in their underwear, right? So they grab all their clothes, or they got all their clothes, and they had the plastic bags, because that's how you eventually cross anyway. You take off all your clothes and you put them all in a plastic bag, and then you just kind of hold it over your head. At least that's how you did it in the 80s, right? Because I don't know how shit is now. But from what my dad was telling me in the 80s, that's how they used to cross over. They get on their underwear completely naked and put their shit in a bag and blah, 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 go across. So they put their shit in the bag, and the guys they're robbing them, they go, all right, well, turn around and face the fucking river and start walking into the river. And my dad was like, fuck, because he thought they were dead. He's like, damn, they're going to let us get like waist deep in this motherfucker, and they're gonna pop us right in the back of the head, or right in the back, and they're just, that's it. It's gonna be in the end of it. We're gonna end up either in the Gulf or in the Pacific, somewhere, our bodies. But he said he goes, it felt like the longest fucking time, man, just walking, holding our shit up. He goes, and like we're walking, and eventually it's getting like above chest deep. And then at some point, they're like a little bit more than halfway across, and he looks back, and he realizes that those dudes are fucking gone. And like they're like, "Well, fuck, I mean, we got robbed. We don't have any fucking money, but if we just keep going, we're already on the other side. Let's fucking do it." And they get to the other side, And he said that at some point they're on the other side and they're like crawling through the mud. They get into all their shit, right? And it's kind of damp because they're all wet and trying to like put their shit on real quick. And he said as they're like trying to crawl out of that brush on the American side, they push through the brush and all of a sudden, boom! They just feel like lights, and it's the fucking border patrol who caught them and sent them right back where they came from. So, when I was listening to that Francis Ngannou interview, I was like, fuck, I knew that's what he meant, was that it wasn't that he was saying that Morocco was a nightmare in and of itself. It's that because they know so many illegal immigrants trying to get into Europe are going to go through there's there's always going to be those fucking, just those dirtbag fucking people that are just waiting for these, unfortunate people, man, that are just trying to like, roll the dice and say, fuck it, dude. I'd rather fucking risk my life trying to get something better than keep living in this fucking place. Because, I don't see any hope here. And what I want is fucking hope. It's not enough to just be fucking living, hand to mouth, with whatever you can put in your stomach. It's you also have this fucking, this drive that makes you want to say, fuck it, man, all or nothing, burn the ships, we're not leaving. What did Exhibit say? I might leave in a body bag but never in cuffs. Wrong person to take advice from, but you know what I mean. But yeah, man, I heard that shit. And fuck, I was like, damn, dude, it really puts shit into perspective, man. I feel like I need to try harder, just to make the sacrifice that my parents well, shit, I mean I didn't really make a sacrifice because I had no choice. I was brought over here at 7, but I guess maybe just the pain of it, and I don't want to sound dramatic, by saying the pain of it, but what I mean by that is just, the hard times, You wanna succeed and make shit happen so that one day you can sit in your porch, having a beer or some lemonade in a house that you put together with your hard work and go, God damn it, all those fucking times that we didn't have shit to eat or I had holes in my fucking pants. It's finally worth it, But what are you gonna do? I put out my second. Well, no, I haven't put it out. But my second hour that I put the clips out, I'm gonna put it out in full on Monday, and I'm not gonna edit it. I wanted to edit it because frankly, it's not as good as the first one, and I have my excuses for that. But at the end of the day, they're just that, they're excuses. The only thing is I can say is I was not in a good place emotionally or psychologically. Having moved to New York at that point in my life, I haven't moved anywhere. I should have just stayed here. But trying to do that set. In fact, I don't even think I was trying to record. I had it in my mind. I was like, you never know, I might pull it off and some good shit's gonna come out of this. But I'd say it's about like a decent 40-minute set, which I believe is the minimum universally recognized for a headliner to do 40 minutes. Ideally, I would want to do like 50 to 55. Just because once you start getting over an hour, everybody starts getting like, they're all drunk and shit. And I would rather them going like, damn, it's already over, than going like, oh, it's still going. So that's that. That's gonna be out on Monday. You're gonna be able to see it in full. There's a couple of new jokes in there that you don't get to see on the clips, just because on purpose. I left them out so so that the other jokes could look more slick. But you're gonna see me without my makeup on this one, all the way through, even the shit that falls flat. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. What else was I gonna talk about? I think I'm almost done. Yeah, I'm doing shows. I'm doing shows on Friday and Sunday. Friday, I'm going to Austin to do a show with my friend Ty Wynn. And I think that's where I'm going to try to record the material that I want to put out for free. Well, I mean, everything's for free, I guess. But I want to see if I can record it because I wasn't able to record last Friday at the Blind Tiger. Fucking both Josh and me forgot I forgot my recording shit, and Josh thought that I meant I was gonna record on Sunday for the Valentine's Day show. So, yeah, that happened. But I'm gonna try to record on Friday in Austin, and where else? Fuck. And at the Blind Tiger for the Valentine's Day show. So I'm not sure where he told me. Where did he say it was? It's at the Santa Cruz Theater. And it's one of those little black box theaters. From what I saw, it's not a giant place at all. It's just one of those local theaters where local acts get to do cool shit, or even traveling acts that are I guess lesser known, and local comics get to put on dope ass shows there. I'm gonna see if I can record there and have that shit, because at this point right now it's just having a decent room with a decent crowd. I went up at the end at the Blind Tiger, and it was already like not heavily attended. and then with the whole like 6 feet apart shit, you can't have many people down there to begin with. So, I went down there, performed to like fucking 6 people and shit. I still had a pretty okay set. It was not. I wouldn't say it was good. I thought it was okay, but that's because I was planning on recording all this shit that I've done quite a few times, and it kind of I don't know. I kind of feel weird because I was like, a lot of people are like, they return. They like to come back and watch it, watch every week, and you don't want to do material that people have heard too many times in a row. So when I saw how few people were down there, I was like, man, even if just 4 people have heard this shit before, that's already like, a third of the audience. That's not gonna react to it the way people that haven't heard it would do. So I was like, yeah, so I cut out all the stuff that I was gonna do, and I just tried out a couple of new stuff that I had only tried like once or never tried at all. I had a super short set. So, I mean, outside of that, man, that's pretty much all that's going on. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. Like I said, that full special is gonna come out on Monday, but like I said, it's stuff that I've already put out. It's just, if you want to, you can see it in its rawest, meaning there's gonna be no just the meat, because when I put it in clips, I was just giving you the meat, the good shit. This one's got all the horrible transitions and me sweating profusely because I'm fucking hungover from the night before. Yeah, I see a couple of jokes that I never put out from that set because, it just fell flat, and I just didn't want to put that out. But I mean, it's in the full special, and I was gonna cut them out. I was gonna, clip in interviews. You know how they do. Like you're in the middle, like a comic will be in the middle of the joke, and all of a sudden just cuts to them like fucking playing video games or eating a pizza and talking about, something funny or a little anecdote here and there. And I was going to do that to kind of like cosmetically remove all those lulls, but then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I gotta worry about my third hour and how I'm going to try it out on Friday. And then on Sunday, it's going to be the Valentine's Day show, the Blind Tiger. So it's going to be like pretty much just 20 minutes of like as most relationship material I can possibly come up with. So yeah. And I guess I'll let you know how that fucking audition went. Actually, no, I can't. I can't let you know how that audition went because... well, I guess I could let you know like in a month, right? I was like, man, I think they would have hit me up by now, because they don't let you know. They never talk to you again, or until the next time they have something else. They'll hit you up. Hey, you want to try this? But there's no like, unfortunately, we felt like you weren't. It's just radio silence, and it takes a few weeks before you eventually go, yeah, I don't think I'm doing that, am I? So yeah. Other than that, I guess I'm gonna let you guys go so I can go be a normal person now. Paxi, come here, girl. Come here. Come here. This is Paxi, everybody. This is the dog that before I become a serial killer, I'm gonna train how to kill by killing you, right, girl? I'm gonna kill you so I can practice before I get into humans, right? Good girl. Anyway, that's that's it for the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, have a safe day, man. What did that kid say? Our money isn't real and the sun's gonna blow up one day. Fucking do you, man. Do your thing. Y'all take it easy, man. Y'all have a good one. Bye.